But no, this card is pretty solid. But I didn't think it was. I didn't necessarily. I'm looking at it. I don't necessarily think there's anything of out of seven matches on the card. I'm gonna say four of them is locks, right? So we got. Where are you at, twin? We
I
got
text him too, and he was like 5 minutes. I'm like, nigga, what are you doing?
we got we got Gunther versus Riddle.
Random t-shirts.
Yep.
We got Gunther versus Riddle.
That's a lock, yeah.
We got Cody Rhodes versus Dominic.
That's a lock.
That's
Well,
that's
not really. It may. I mean, you can go either way.
Listen, if
that's
Cody,
that's all for the push. That's all for the push, man.
nigga,
That's
if Cody ain't lose to Solo, he can't lose to Dominic.
You can if Brock Lesnar shows up.
You think
I'm
we
not
get-
banking. I'm not banking on that though. I
I
wouldn't.
mean,
bank on
I'm not either. I'm not either.
You
To be
think
honest,
we
with
got
you.
Brock and Cody at SummerSlam?
Absolutely. I would
that. Yeah,
rather
'cause
see
they.
Cody and Roman, but I don't think they're gonna do it.
How we gonna get Cody and Roman, brother? Like damn two different brands.
Here's how it could happen. Like if, because we
Oh,
still don't
my
know why Brock attacked him. We still don't know why Brock attacked him. What if, before the tag team match, Paul Heyman gave him a briefcase like, yo, we're paying you this money to take Cody out, like end his career type shit. That could be a good reason. And then that would be like, all right, the tribal chief put a hit out on me, pretty much. But hey, that's just me thinking. That's just me thinking.
I know you did not just pull out off your ass and say this is what brother you.
Sorry, bro. It could be. I'm just saying.
Because I'm truly okay with
You
the
still don't
yo.
have
I'm truly okay with the yo. I just don't like you, and I don't like how they just put you at the top of the line, shit, nigga. Like that's the vibe we get from why Brock beat his ass. Like nigga, no, I'm here. Get your ass out the way. Like I'm okay with that. So they really don't even have to drag it out any further.
I
Brock can
guess,
take his
but-
long recluse for however he need, and
But to me, it doesn't make no sense because like Brock can't beat Roman for the championship because he's not allowed to face him for a championship. He should have been like, all right, I'm backing Cody to become champion so I can then turn on him once he wins, but or something like that, But I get it. Like if he just Brock Lesnar just snaps because he's Brock,
yeah, it's
all
Brock.
right, you can go with
Well,
it.
I would say this though too to piggyback off of you, Chidi, and if you want a reason and to combine what Rich is saying. I remember when Brock was on the Pat McAfee show and he's like, somebody got to take this from me, right? Somebody has to take this spot from me. And then like that's why I come back. That's why I leave my farm, even though I got huge anxiety issues and everything like that. But he did state that someone has to take this from me. And at the time, Roman still wasn't the guy to take it from Brock, right? As an attraction, right?
When he was on a Pat McAfee show,
Yeah.
he
When Brock
was,
was
Roman was already in his
but Roman, but again, attraction wise, Cody
traction wise.
This
He
is,
was.
this is no,
This is a year ago, like that
Oh,
Pat McAfee show with
but this,
Brock.
but this is what I'm trying to say now. In my defense, Cody is a bigger attraction than Roman. When the lights go out and there's only one nightmare and that song goes off and he's hitting the towns and things like that, that is Brock Lesnar-esque to me. To me. And I know Roman, and I mean we're rolling.
I can't believe you're all over the place when it comes to Cody. 1 week you're shitting on the guy, next week you're saying he's better than Roman. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I'm not saying he's better than Roman as an attraction, as a ticket, as a fucking box.
Yeah,
how can you say that?
Just pop.
Bro, Roman's not giving out belts like Bret Hart is giving out glasses.
Roman's a heel, bro. Like,
I
it doesn't mean that Cody's a bigger attraction.
I understand that, but also niggas is not, again, with your biggest heel, just follow me, right? You pay money to see your biggest heel get his ass kicked. With Roman, it ain't that much money going into that fucking bucket, brother, because he's beating everybody ass.
And niggas
But
is paying for that
people are
ticket
paying
just for
still.
just for the possibility of seeing him
Exactly.
come down the ramp.
We're breaking records out in Saudi. We're breaking records every pay-per-view. That's every show that Roman's on. SmackDown spikes in the ratings. Like he's an attraction. Like he's breaking records.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying.
I mean, you think
I'm
Cody
not
could be
saying that-
more than that?
No,
Like,
again, when we're talking about this angle with Brock, right? When we were saying that Brock was sitting at the table, and again, he wasn't really trying to put Roman over because like they were feuding, yes. But realistically, it's a work shoot factor in that conversation.
yeah,
Brock
I feel
knows
so.
the numbers. Brock knows what the tickets is. Brock also knows that when Cody came to town, things picked up a little bit, right? So if Brock wants to have that, like, yo, look, you think you can come in and take my spot as big? Like, you know, you saw what I did to Roman, right? When Roman thought that he could take, I had to break. Roman had to reconfigure who he was when they tried to make him the guy over me, right? That can be a real story because Roman, when they tried to elevate Roman, they kept bringing Brock back. Okay, hey, Brock, he ain't cutting it. It ain't work. They brought Cena back. Cena had to cut that nigga on the mic. He ain't cutting it, right? Since Cody came back, the injury is the only thing that took him off the trajectory. I think without injury, wholeheartedly with that rocket, and this is not me all over
But
the
there's
place.
a reason why he lost. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like he lost. That stopped him because he lost.
Yes.
Like you know, that's a reason because they see Roman's still the man right now, and Cody's not ready to take that. And from their opinion,
Well,
you know,
business and logic, right? Okay, and this is me bouncing, but follow me here, okay? The Yankees, y'all sent in the group chat, the Yankees just had a perfect game.
Yeah.
It's the worst possible person to have a perfect game that baseball could have won it. follow. No, listen.
Okay.
Domingo Herman just served 81 games for domestic violence last season.
Oh. That's wild.
Okay, so listen.
So business wise,
It's records. It's record, nigga. If there was a real Buffalo Wild Wings button, the commissioner would have been like, walk, something, nigga. What mess up the perfect game, right? Because it's been 11 years since the last perfect game. It's only 24 perfect games in baseball history, right?
Yeah.
And now I have to celebrate this guy. Now to bring it back to wrestling. Roman is breaking CM Punk's record. That's why. It has not. Yes, Cody, I hear you. Thank you for coming. But we got bigger business because we have to eliminate, just like when Chris Benoit died, right?
Come on. I don't think that was the reason.
Stevie, follow me. When Chris Benoit died, they hot shot at Randy to be the youngest champion, right? Because they took that from Brock. They had to take that from Brock. Brock left the company. He was the youngest champion. Chris, thank you for WrestleMania 20. Randy got to beat you, dog. Right? Number one from Wire to Wire, Royal Rumble winner. They never mentioned Chris Benoit. They have to mention Rey Mysterio now. They have to throw Sasha Banks in the motherfucking. Like, it's certain records that it don't matter. It got to show. Because I know I'm wrong with it.
Go ahead.
But with Roman as champion, they saw a benchmark. They saw Peter Morales. They saw Bruno Sammartino. They saw Hulk Hogan. They saw CM Punk. And they said, we got to get two of these niggas out of here.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that they didn't want to get to 1,000 days. But I think that's part of the reason why Cody lost. Absolutely. But I don't think CM Punk is the reason. I also think Roman Reigns makes the money, bro. Yes. The dude is a cash cow.
Well, it all, everything that you saying and what he's saying, it all ties in. It's all part of that multiverse, right? Like this has to happen on that timeline. That has to happen over there because at the end of the day, when we keep him here to break all these records, that can happen at the same exact time that Cody comes back in box office and he can continue to be box office without a strap. And you know what I mean? Like everything can be true at the same time.
And you know the psychology we talk about in business and logic, right? We talk about it. An outsider is not going to be like this is never gonna happen.
But if you really think about it, Cody it was groomed by WWE initially. That's why when he created AEW, he didn't really fit their show because he's a sports entertainer, really at heart.
Which is why I waffled with him just to cover my bases.
I got you.
I knew Cody's presentation was not grungy garage band stuff, right? Which is what, no disrespect.
Yeah.
That's what
he comes off more like Cena than comes off more than Kenny Omega, like, to be quite honest, But
yes.
I would say this about the whole business side of things. When it comes to WrestleMania's decision, I also think they're playing a long game with Cody Rhodes business-wise. They see this, they see the potential of a Cena, but they're like, right now we got this money with Roman. We're gonna stretch this out as long as we can and eat at the pie that is Roman Reigns and the bloodline. And we see, well, maybe it's kind of dragging out too long. They hit us overhead with the turn and everything like that.
Because once Roman's gone, it's done. Once Roman's gone, it's done. That well is dry.
Even tomorrow, after the bloodline has their match, like, the bloodline angle seems to kind of be coming to a halt. Unless they do another Roman J match or Roman Jimmy, what can you actually do? What's the triple threat? I don't know what you can do.
I would say this, and this goes into the card now, right? Solo and Roman versus the Usos.
Mm-hmm.
Usos take the fall. Or, this is what I pitched to you, CT. You say, where this go? I told you Solo is a solo guy.
Mm-hmm.
Solo and Roman is money. Money. I think Solo takes the pinfall, and Roman doesn't treat or tries to treat Solo like remember Jay, right? He used to bitch Jay out, dog. He used to bitch Jay out.
The first time that happened, Solo is gonna lay this nigga out. The first time,
nigga, and TT, business wise, you saying what is story? Watch the pop for Solo. Samoa Spike Roman, my nigga.
No. I know what's coming. I don't think it's coming tomorrow.
No.
Roman and Solo are
that's
going.
The evolution of the story, though. I think Solo.
Okay, I hear you.
I think Solo and Roman lose the match.
Quiet as kept. Solo... Quiet as kept. I was just about to say, quiet as kept. That can begin tomorrow. Because that Solo is the final straw. Like, we don't have to drag this out. I really think. Going in even before this conversation, that was my thinking anyway. So for him to say that was just like confirmation. Like, that's the straw, the cherry on the cake. Is like, oh no, Solo. Now he about to go over here with his brothers because he see exactly what they was talking about. Baby bro, now you finally see it. I bet, because I don't have to wait a whole nother week of him wishing me. But nope. I'm about to, nigga, you disrespected me once, and that's all it takes. So they can start that right now.
Do you think they lose, Roman and Solo?
I do. And if they don't lose, something can still transpire that causes that disconnect somehow. Even if they were to win.
In the multi-realm, nigga, what is his 5 minutes? God damn. I'm sorry to cut you off. This nigga like Dwayne in the goddamn quantum realm, dog. Speaking of Kang,
it looks like he's not going to lose his spot in the MCU. I'm glad to hear that.
But I don't know.
Because what I've been saying.
Did you see the new? Did you see the new shit though?
What new shit?
It's new shit on the man. Hold on, let me pull it up.
You talking about the latest news?
Yeah, the latest news.
That's everything going in his favor. Like
no, it's newer.
Latest.
Yeah, the latest.
What's the latest?
Some more allegations.
But that's nothing new. That's not new. They was trying to do that as soon as that popped. Like, that's gonna happen if niggas see money involved. But he came back. He was like, nah, well, this incident happened. None of these are recorded. But hey, listen, I got video here. I got text from this, and I got this, and this. He was able to get Shorty at least picked up, and he's starting to countersuit now. Because again, they really didn't have anything to indict him on, really. So they was really just taking the woman's word, a white woman's word, and running with it. When it was like, nigga, we don't really have any proof otherwise other than she said this. Because anytime you see a DV thing of anything, You see the victims' faces all over the place. We've been with her name. You ain't see none of that. Cause that's how you get sympathy in the court. Like, man, look at her face, man. Look at Rihanna's face. You'd have seen all that shit, nigga. We ain't get none of that. So
Nah, you're right. Listen, man, they arrested her. That's all I gotta say.
And I am excited because nigga,
Yeah.
women never get arrested off that false accusation shit, nigga.
Which is a great change of pace, honestly. It's just if you have a false allegation, honestly, you should be arrested for sure. You ruin people's lives.
Yeah, free my nigga.
Please.
Yeah, keep him free, man. Let my nigga live, man. He about to get this Marvel money.
Yo, he got dropped from his freaking publicist, got dropped from his manager. Like, it's crazy. You can lose mad bread for this. And the Marvel stuff, man, I'm glad that they're waiting to see how this turns out before they just drop him. Because if it turns out that he's completely innocent, I'm glad that he doesn't have to lose that. That's crazy, that opportunity.
Damn,
I just text this nigga. He over there talking to the lady from the bar. I'm like, nigga, it ain't that much talking in the world. Hurry your ass up, man.
This nigga was initially charged with 6 counts of third-degree assault, 3 counts of third-degree attempted assault, and 2 counts of harassment with the strangulation charge.
Crazy.
Oh, damn.
Crazy. Ridiculous.
That's a lot.
Leave them white women alone.
Yeah, man.
All right, so back to the strength of the card.
Yeah, I'm going with Roman. I'm going with Roman and Solo for that match, though.
Oh, you think they're gonna win?
Yeah.
The way you said that. I'm definitely going with Uso Penitentiary.
Okay.
All right, we'll double back with this nigga action. Cody and Dominic. I think that's how we started. And I think Cody's gonna win. Right? That's what I thought. That's a lot. Dominic.
Yeah. I agree. I'm just
that's a lot.
The Brock thing. I think that you're right.
I think Dominic gets his ass whipped.
This is again just to push him further though, just to progress his storyline, and I think it'll be a good run for him. But he definitely getting up out of there.
Raquel and Liv versus Ronda and Shayna. I think Ronda and Shayna retains, but I want Raquel to. I need Raquel to go after Rhea. I think that's her. I think Rhea and Raquel is necessary.
Yeah, for sure.
I need that. I need that available for me. So I think Liv and Raquel somehow got to break up. Somehow gotta disband. You know what I'm saying? So Ronda and Shayna wins. I think that's a lock for me as well.
Ronda, Shayna, yeah, they just won the NXT Championship.
Yeah, they just unified NXT and WWE belts. Ain't no way they losing this one.
Yeah, for sure.
And my other lock is Seth and Finn.
Oh.
I don't think Finn's gonna win.
No.
Okay. Yeah. I think there's a 30% chance that Finn could win. I think there's more likely that Seth can win.
Super high. That's super high for me.
All right. 30, 20. All right, fine. Maybe you can take off like 10.
No, I think honestly, if Triple H is feeling spicy, right, if there's a 5% chance that Finn wins.
5. Ooh, okay.
I think they have a good match, but I think it's for sure that Seth keeps that tight.
Man, I'm with CT, and I would actually like Finn to win. I would actually like, outside of all of the predictions, like I would actually be rooting for Finn.
Honestly, I would agree too. I don't think he's going to. Granted, my prediction.
Yeah, I don't think he. But I'll be the contrarian and say, yeah, I got Finn winning, but I don't think he will.
Okay.
I would absolutely. And I think I've been on the Finn bandwagon for like the past year and a half, probably. Like everything he's in, I'm like, yeah, I'm rooting for Finn. Like I want to see him back on top with the main strap again. So
Yeah. So do I.
But I do think they're gonna ride the Seth wave a little longer. But man, I would love to see Finn get that joint.
I think Seth versus Drew is in the cards, and that's why I don't think that. And that's my prediction. I don't
There
know.
he
I didn't hear
is.
nothing.
There he, oh my God!
There he
Hold up,
is.
nigga.
What's
Clap
up?
it. Wait, nigga, can we? Is it something that got the sound effects for claps, nigga? The standing ovation, nigga. Good lord, nigga.
He's
How
back.
far did y'all get? Let me just say all my predictions, or y'all done?
No, no,
Nigga.
no, no. We ain't that far into it, bro.
Damn.
No,
How far did y'all get?
we actually just kind of we talked about the bloodline. Do you think Roman and Solo is gonna win or the Usos?
That's gonna be tough because honestly, Roman, even though singles, he hasn't been, hasn't lost. He lost the last pay per view at the joint. So I mean, tag team wise, he's been on a losing streak.
And he can't
But
lose. Yeah.
Talk about it.
and then yeah, so with the Usos, they're just letting them and themselves is like a top 3 or 4 tag team all the time. Now they back together. Now they babyface. Like it's like all right,
Yeah.
it's their first
Yeah.
time being a tag team since losing the titles. Like how you about to bring these boys out? Like with a
Yeah.
solid win, because maybe that could maybe propel them back to the tag team title picture, or
Mhm.
are we gonna give it to Solo and Roman to kind of like solidify them? Like all right, Bloodline got base ripped in half, but they still, honestly, in my opinion, I think somehow, some way, Roman and them gonna win it. I really think so because I think they're gonna let that. They're gonna keep this rivalry going because if the Usos win, I don't think it's gonna be much like to keep it going.
All right, so we're split on
But
this
if
one.
Roman and Solo win it, like especially being in like yo, if the younger brother Solo hit him with the joint and pins him, if he pins
Mm.
one of his brothers, like to me that'd be like an iconic moment for him. Like shit, I pin y'all. I pin one of my
Mm.
brothers at that pay per view drink. Like
Not for
I
sure.
think it
That'd be
might
huge.
go. I think they might. I don't know how. I think I might go to Roman and them. I
Mm.
think they might pull Adrian out.
So me and you got Roman and Solo. They got the Usos. It's a pod civil war on here as well. So we also did the tag team women's championship. We all thought Rhea, I mean, not Rhea, excuse me, Ronda
Yeah, not mommy.
and
Not
yeah,
mommy.
Not
yeah,
mommy. Not mommy.
not mommy, nah, Ronda and Shayna are gonna win that.
It's, I wish they'd do something better with that tag team division, but I've it's just
They did this. I think unifying it is a start. I think that's a great
yeah. I think
decision.
unifying.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I just hope they start defending it more. They start maybe getting some better tag teams.
for sure.
Maybe more tag teams start coming in the
Real
fold.
quick, have you guys peeped Kaden Carter and the girl
Yeah, I fuck with them.
Yeah,
Casey?
I like them a
They
lot.
really
I
good.
fuck with them.
No, they're
Yeah.
good. Like, remember, wasn't they like the longest reigning tag team champions in NXT?
Yeah,
It might have been, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
I
like,
fuck
they
with
were
them.
nice for a minute.
Every match they've done on Raw too has been ill.
Yeah,
No, like they're actually nice.
I fuck with them.
I would like to see them back in the title picture. Like, but I think they just got the titles and then just unified it. So I think Ronda and them they gonna keep it somehow, some way. They ain't gonna let her off that loose.
And I'm with it because this was the union I claimed for the longest. So I'm all
Yeah,
in
like they're not
them
gonna
having
just
that reign
they
for
just
a minute.
unified. They just won a unified tag teams like what last week. They're not gonna
Exactly.
just take it off their hands and a week and a half later or two. Nah.
Yeah.
And
So
then
I
we
give it to Ronda and them.
got to the Finn Seth match. I
That
went,
match might would be like match of the night. If we
yeah.
get like the Finn that we've been seeing the last few weeks, like it's not been like the demon Finn. This is like a whole he embracing this. All right, I'm a villain. Like I'm on some revenge tour shit. Like I still think Seth's gonna win it, but it's gonna be a good ass match. Like it's gonna be like one of those like matches of the potential match of the year type things. Like because they both some performers. I really think it's gonna be like they both might hit they finishers kick out like one of them type matches.
I hope they get the time for sure. Like because obviously the Bloodline got their stuff going on. But I think this match deserves at least 20 minutes,
Yeah,
25,
I
if
really
they can
think
do
it too.
that.
Like,
You know, and then there's two Money in the Bank matches. So I know that the time is this crunch constraint is going to be kind of, that's why I wish they didn't add that women's tag team match. I'm like, they could have just left it off.
I
But
got a
so
feeling
it's, but
they,
then there would have been no woman on the show, right? It wasn't for the women's Money in the Bank. So
I got a feeling they might make that Seth Rollins match the first one. They good for doing that right off the jump
I
title
can see
match.
that.
Yeah, just get it out the way.
Because I know damn well they're not gonna make Roman go first. They're gonna probably make that the last match.
For sure.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, they definitely might make that Seth and Finn the lead off. Because that's that for intro.
Second to last. Roman will be second to last.
Okay.
No, I think
Money in the Bank is still a headline.
nah, I think what they'll do is if I'm producing it, I gotta have the Money in the Bank go on first with the allure or the illusion or the
That someone could possibly catch it in.
exactly or even
But,
come
okay.
out and tease Roman, right? Like and you know what I'm saying? And I think that like
Yeah.
might be
And-
something that is because again, so let's just right here, right?
Go ahead.
Or come out and tease on Seth. Like if Logan Paul wins Money in the Bank, he can come out onto that Seth and Finn match and it'd be like a shot because he has a history with Seth at WrestleMania. Granted,
and that's honestly, I think I would go more with that than anybody just trying to even look at Roman. If anybody
I don't think
anybody,
from the people from the contestants, I don't think they're gonna go out there.
Ain't none of them niggas
I
looking.
think they'll go out there.
Yeah.
Nah, I got Shinsuke.
Winning it.
Got some unfinished business with Roman.
oh really? Do you have him winning the match though?
Yeah.
If that's
Get
the
the
case,
hell out of here!
if that's the case, he don't need to win the match. If that's the case,
I need him. I got him winning the Money in the Bank, and this is why. Okay, the landscape of Raw, we know we got Cody there, don't need the briefcase. We got Drew there, don't need the briefcase, right? Roman, unless Bobby's there, which Bobby hasn't been presented.
Bobby and Edge too.
Bobby on SmackDown.
All right, that's what I'm saying. Bobby.
yeah, but
Bobby and Edge are the only premier players that can go after Roman without a suitcase.
Maybe AJ, but
or honestly,
and
what
AJ,
I was thinking too as a possibility, because one of my predictions, I think it's time for Damian Priest for his time to shine. I think if he was to win it, I think he'll win it. And say, for example, like we said, if the Finn Balor Seth match, Seth wins, but then Finn goes off, and he still got beef with Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
All
that'll be
Finn
drama.
gotta do is beat him with a chair a couple times, and then you hear Damian Priest come out.
And no.
Exactly. He basically laid the bones out. He laid the bones out for him. Like, all right, shit.
Is that your prediction?
Wow.
I think Damian Priest, like we said this like over a month or so. Like he's been on a tear. Like almost every week, he's almost in a main event. He's in the main.
He's in the upper mid card right now. He's definitely hit that threshold.
If you want the company pick, I think it'll be Logan. But I think like
all right,
I've been putting that work in. I think it's Damian Priest.
I'm not mad at that.
And Rich, who you got?
The dog, and it's funny because before yesterday, me and Chris talked about it, and I was like, man, the Money in the Bank is stacked, the men's anyway, stacked a certain way where for once, I honestly didn't have not a favorite nor a pick that I could say, okay, I could absolutely pick him until he dropped that damn Nakamura song by Uzi. I'm like, nigga, if Nakamura don't win and then come out to WrestleMania with Lil Uzi by his side, then nigga, this is all a motherfucking waste. So, for that reason alone, shit, why the fuck wouldn't he?
Why you got Nakamura? We got Damian Priest. I'm gonna go with that dude, L.A. Knight. I think he's having a moment right now. Yeah. He's in a moment right now. If they don't go with him, I can see other contestants. Honestly, this, like you said, the field is pretty much stacked.
You could really go anywhere.
For the guy and how the crowd are reacting to him right now, I think if they
Yeah.
don't pull the trigger on him right now, they're going to miss an opportunity, kind of like they did
Absolutely.
back in the day with Cody Rhodes when he should have won it, like with other people who should have won it at
Or
times
Rusev,
and
this
missed it.
Mania guy.
Rusev,
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yep.
many opportunities they missed. This is the moment to hit the, to keep him sustainable as a, whether you want to be babyface or heel or tweener, give that briefcase to him.
He
Well,
can
this
honestly
is-
do. He can honestly do both if he wanted to. Like he
this
can
is-
do either or.
This is what I would say with LA Knight, and this is no disrespect to him.
That
Right.
means disrespect is coming.
No. Honestly,
That
it's no
means-
disrespect. It's no disrespect.
Yeah.
I think he's inclined for a mid card run before anything, and I
Yeah.
think LA Knight being U.S. champion is not bad.
Yeah.
Right?
LA Knight versus Austin Theory next.
Yes,
I would love that. Right.
and you don't need a briefcase for that because this is my thing. When Austin Theory won the briefcase, Roman was champion, Bobby was champion at that time, I think, right? Or
Yeah.
Brock was right, and we was looking at Austin like, hey brother,
Suck.
like, hey boy, and this nigga was like, U.S. championship it is, you know.
Fact.
I think,
And he lost.
and I think with that,
Facts.
I
He
think
said,
with
I'm gonna go.
that, when this field is of non-world champions, but there's only between honestly Shinsuke to me is the only person that when you add that to his resume, it adds something to its resume.
Yeah, it's more complete.
Right? You look at
right.
that field, no disrespect.
And everybody else is like the beginning of
Exactly. And that
Yeah.
Money in the Bank has not really been a beginning thing from the beginning.
Not in a while. Yeah,
right?
not in a while.
It's always
No,
been.
it has. That's what it was like originally. It was.
But
you
that's
know,
but
and
that's what
RVD
we're saying.
but
That's what we're saying. It
that's what I'm
hasn't
saying.
been that in a while. It
And,
hasn't
but
been
even,
that.
and even when it was that, it was also to established players who have had, like Shelton Benjamin when he was in it, he was already gold standard, intercontinental champion, tag team champion, like he was already something. Rob Van Dam was already something. Mr. Kennedy, when he won it, we saw what it did to Mr. Kennedy, Damian Sandow, Baron Corbin. When you give it to guys who haven't had anything, and this is that thing that you're attaching it to, it doesn't bode well for him. So
I
that's
think
why
you get more out of it by giving it to somebody like Damian Priest. He's already been United States champion. Like, you know, so he's in line with that.
correct.
So he's not the only one who can just add to his resume.
Correct.
Yeah, Knight, adding, like, is just the start of his career? Absolutely, to me. But if he were to get it, but he's also 40 years old with a huge pop. Like, this is the moment to take this 40-year-old man and say, like, listen, if it's not now, it's never. You know, they kept him off WrestleMania. He didn't even have WrestleMania in LA. Didn't even put him on the card at all, both nights. And this could be his WrestleMania moment. So I'm like, yo, give that to him. And I think you get more out of his mic skills with the briefcase, talking his shit. Nobody in the ring in that match talks shit like LA Knight or as good as him. So I feel like, you know, he
So
can
my
do more
thing is, do you set up LA Knight and Seth for Mania?
for Mania.
Yeah, LA
nah,
Knight.
I think
You
I think
would have
so.
to.
Or
You would
does
have to.
LA Knight cash in before WrestleMania?
Oh yeah, cash him definitely
Yeah,
before
cash
Like sometime
him in.
I'm about to
around
say, I got
October, November, December, he should be cashing in and lose it by Royal Rumble. That's how I would do it. You know, or if he won. But
And again, it can still be for a mid-level. It doesn't have to be for Roman or Seth's belt,
true,
and that still be a decent because
Nah,
you.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, not to cut you off, Rich. If you cash it in for anything other than the top prize,
we're gonna be tight.
I'm
But
gonna
we
2 years in a
dig
row.
that.
I'm gonna
But
be
dig that.
tight. I'm
Well,
gonna
listen,
be
just to
tight.
add to that too, though. But just to add to that too, though, right? This is the logic, as Chris says, right? If anybody, just remove LA Knight, anybody in there winning that belt off of either Seth or Roman, we gonna be just as tight. We gonna be just as tight if either one, if anybody else that's involved in that take the belt off Seth or Roman. Especially if anybody beats Seth over, like, nigga, you couldn't let Finn beat Seth, but you let one of these niggas just cash in on him, like.
Well, I will comment on this and only say this. Looking at the card, because looking at it again, like we say, it's 7 guys in this match. Ricochet, Shinsuke, LA Knight, Santos, Butch, Damian Priest, Logan Paul. if we're looking at Seth Rollins, right? I think a verbal back and forth of LA Knight and Seth would be amazing. I think LA Knight
That should
telling
be.
Seth to
That's
check his shit. Like, I think going back and forth. I think LA Knight going back and forth on Raw and SmackDown and
Yeah.
antagonizing
Yeah.
both champions
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
be fantastic.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and so I won't be mad at that. I think Logan Paul winning it, I will be mad, but I will understand business wise.
That's
what
why I
the
say
fuck
they're
the
doing.
company move.
He's taking
I-
that briefcase to his podcast. He's taking that
Yeah,
briefcase to
I
Prime,
would be
whatever.
but we also would know it will be Roman. I mean, it will be Logan and Seth. But
Well, I don't know
Logan
because
and
Logan
Roman
and,
had a good
Logan
match.
and Roman had that match. They had that match.
He had a good match.
Logan and Roman had that crazy match, bro. So I don't know. He could go
Good
either
match.
way. He can
Yeah,
go
it's true.
both ways.
He's already
Now,
got history with
but,
both of these
but
guys.
to Rich's point though, if Logan cashes in on Roman, I'ma be tight.
You're right. It's a wasted
If he cashes
opportunity.
on Seth though, if he catches on Seth, now we know that that's a gimmick championship. So I don't think they do that, right?
Right.
Because I think you have to build
Credibility of
and
it.
credibility to that championship. So I do think that.
But if he held it, and then cashed in on Seth and lost, it could still be a huge moment for
exactly,
Seth, and so I could see that's why I want to have the conversation, because when I looked at the field, I was like, this is interesting. It could go a lot of different directions.
Now you know what? Real quick too. What would be a curveball is somebody like Butch winning. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I said, you wouldn't want to see. You don't want to see. I don't want to see any of these guys outside of Shinsuke and LA Knight challenge and run out on Seth or Roman for the belt. That's anybody else running out on anybody else that's at the top. Butch could go at the mid-level niggas, just like I feel like everybody else.
If he win and he like shed skin like a scroll, my nigga, and like I'm Pete Dunne. I don't know, Pete Dunne and Seth Rollins might slap, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, now Butch and Seth Rollins, get that shit away from me. Pete Dunne and Seth Rollins might slap, you know.
Oh my goodness.
But I think though, realistically, when we're just talking about shit that just like feels good, man. And yes, I think that when we're talking about Roman's next challenger, we're looking at the landscape of Raw and SmackDown and the rosters. We did know that we say Bobby's on SmackDown, AJ's on SmackDown, Edge is on SmackDown, Shinsuke on SmackDown. Those are 4 top heavyweights that can go after Roman. We look at Cody on Raw. Cody's on Raw. Drew McIntyre's on Raw.
Is Finn on Raw? Is that where they at?
Finn is on Raw.
Yep.
But if Finn loses, he'll be out of contention, right? And Damian Priest, if he doesn't win the briefcase, I don't see how he elevates himself into contention. So I'm looking at Raw's roster, and the real challenger to me gotta be someone that's not there, right? Like it has to be possibly like a Drew, right? Or it has to be if Seth wants to elevate people, right? I can see a Bronson Reed, but I don't think that would matter to me at all.
And that it hurts to say that Finn gotta lose, because I'm thinking about this Judgment Day thing, and it's just kicking steam. It's just picking up steam. If they don't have championship gold in the long run, doesn't matter as much as we think it does. Mommy got the only strap, and I ain't going anywhere anytime soon. So by comparison, Dom, Finn, and Damian ain't pulling their weight.
Well, I would say this. I don't think Judgment Day is here for a long haul anyway. Like just to like, I think they have a shelf life, right? And if anything, Damian is a baby to be, right? Yes, he's a monster, right? But we saw he did really good with Bad Bunny, right? He's a really good in between guy. I think that if
his title run I liked his title run. He had a nice little.
his
yeah.
United States title run. I think realistically, unless Damian Priest exiles Finn, right, to be now the big top dog of Judgment Day, I don't see how that doesn't disband.
Okay.
Right, I don't see how that stays afloat if Damian doesn't take lead. Right.
Well,
Yeah, because if Finn
let's
loses,
also
no,
go ahead. My fault. I
No, I
was
was
just
just
gonna
gonna say,
say, let's be
no, go
honest.
ahead.
All factions have a shelf life, right? So none of us really expect to see the Judgment Day for too much longer, and you can already see the dissension starting. I
But
think whether it's a actual title or Damian Priest simply winning that Money in the Bank, that could be the monkey wrench that further adds to the divide. Like, yeah, my nigga, like.
you gotta step
So
your game
listen,
up.
I don't need your help.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go do. You know what I mean? Like that's just to add to that point there. Because no, we none of us expected them to stay long, but I do think that a title wouldn't be the thing that adds to their legitimacy, but it would be the thing that adds to the divide.
I would say if they both lose, it definitely doesn't look good for Judgment Day, especially now that the Bloodline is disbanding.
Yeah,
They're
like
the
he can't
top.
go 0 for 2 that night. That's a dub.
Yeah, they're the top,
Mm.
heel group or the only group in WWE doing or it's worth a damn. Yeah, you got Alpha Academy, but come on, like I mean, it's a tag team. It's not. There's no
Yeah,
real stables.
Emma?
there's no factions. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's no factions.
so
Yeah,
I'm looking at it from that point of view too. So that's why tomorrow I feel like it's going to be a good show. It's going to be an interesting show because it can go so many different ways that you can spin off of towards the rest of the year, the second half of the year. I think Money in Bank is in a perfect spot in the middle of the year to then spin off to see where the angles go for the rest of the year. But we'll see. I got LA Knight, y'all two got Nakamura, Ray got.
I'm a switch to Damian Priest. I want Nakamura to win because of that theme song, but I'll go Damian Priest just for the sake of I do want to see a Judgment Day win.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We'll see what happens. What you got next, Chris?
I'm too focused when it comes to the cash flow.
I'm about to get up and get sturdy, nigga. Hold on, nigga. Do my Uzi dance. Come on, man. Shinsuke walking down that long ass WrestleMania ramp with Uzi. You kidding me?
Everything is wrestling, bro. Everything is wrestling. Yo, that dude Uzi's gonna kill it. In Philly?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yo, come on, bro.
Oh my god.
Yo, man. He went
This is
from
what I'm trying to say. Shinsuke don't even listen. He get the briefcase and he just go to Roman and go.
Yo, Shinsuke's in a feud with Ricochet right now. I don't even see that on a freaking map for me. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see it.
He's not in a feud with Ricochet. Ricochet's in a feud with himself.
Facts. Who is this little nigga?
Ricochet just needs to go to his pretty little girlfriend.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And leave big boy problems alone.
Nigga, Ricochet is one level above Jabba right now. Ricochet is not. No, sir.
Damn.
Oh, did y'all make y'all predictions for the women's title? Asuka and Charlotte Flair for the night?
Oh, for tonight.
Oh, tonight? Oh, hell no.
Shit, let's pray. Let's pray that I thought Charlotte. Praying that. Listen, I like Charlotte, but come on now.
I was about to say, ain't Charlotte your joint? That's you right there.
Oh, no. Listen, you guys act like she's my joint, like, because I recognize her for her talent. Because she's a great wrestler.
Ah, you love Charlotte.
Sasha,
yeah, you love Charlotte.
Sasha,
wait, hold on. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Charlotte over Sasha.
I remember that. Yeah.
It's
Yo,
documented, brother.
wait a minute.
We record everything.
Wait a minute. Pause on that.
He
Hold
said,
up.
full of receipts.
Oh, that's some bullshit. At a time and point. Yeah, way back when, Charlotte was way more accomplished than Sasha. If that's what I was talking about, her career. But nah, as far as talent, even back then, I told you that Sasha Banks more talented.
I never in my life put my hands on Charlotte Murphy. You know what? I did slap the shit out of Charlotte Murphy that night. That motherfucker ain't gonna do shit about it, nigga.
Okay, pull the receipt. I got pull it. I can't. I got.
My thing was we were having a real debate as to
The top woman.
a top woman, and you did you praised Charlotte for her superiority in the division, and I was like, well, what about this and what about this? Like, look, man, in between those ropes, there's not a woman better. And I mean, she went out and proved you right? She didn't prove you wrong, right? She went out there, but again, substance. That nigga ain't have substance in some time. She hasn't had anything that like again, Money in the Bank, right? The last money we watched Money in the Bank, like what was that? 2 years ago, 2 years ago with Dez, right? At the spot.
Yeah.
And that was the match. She was like, what? This is a match on the card. Why is this here? And it it slapped because
you said I knew it was gonna be a good match.
Yeah, we knew it again. That's what I'm again.
Yeah.
Again, it ain't that many times that you can say that about a storyline and then claim that you're the best of that division, right? Like, and I think that goes to, MJF.
You can, and I'll tell you exactly why you can. It's the same thing going on with MJF. You don't control your storylines. All you can control is when you're in the ring or when you're on the mic. And if you can control that, and if you're doing what you gotta do, you're doing what you gotta do. At the end of the day, your storyline with Rhea didn't work then. They came back around this year. They put you in the mid card. You guys both matches killed. You guys are both great wrestlers. So honestly, in my opinion, we can't knock Charlotte for her talent. But for the storytelling of how Charlotte has gone in the WWE, I'm not with it. I will tell you, for a long time now, I've been checked out. For a long time now, I don't like the way she's been built. For a long time. It's the same old shit. She leaves for a while, comes back and wins the title off the bat. When there's so many talented women wrestlers on the roster.
As you were saying that was the archetype of her then, right? So like,
no, she was still building at the time. That was years ago. That was like 4 years ago when I said that, probably.
But there again. The 4 years ago was the archetype of we knew what this was going to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
she was still what we knew what they wanted every other
nigga. She was Dennis Green as the coach against the Bears. She is who we thought she was. Crown her ass. Crown her ass.
Crown her ass. I got you.
The
queen.
Nigga.
Listen, I've been saying
because at that time we was looking at Bianca like, nah, she gonna be the next best. As far as that talent. Like, that's how long ago that was. We were still looking at her like, nah, like, nigga, like, if when you looking at Vince McMahon's motto of, nah, nigga, this is what my women's champ gonna look like, and this is what my man's champ is gonna look like, nigga. It's Charlotte Flair right there for the women. It always was, even before the title run. It was like, nigga, this is it. This is it. Niggas were sold before. You know what I'm saying?
But to, like you say, when we make it fun of you, like Charlotte's your girl. The thing about it is that yes, she is without a doubt again on top 5 of all time as in women's wrestling. Generational talent, clearly, but I will say this, right? There hasn't been a story ever told of Charlotte without the title.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like,
that's crazy to say, but it's true.
The title, bro.
It's like so Tom Brady.
Which is why I've been saying on the pod for years, like, we need to see her have adversity. I wanted her to lose to Asuka, way back when. So I don't want her to win to Asuka tonight. Hell no.
Lose. Like I said, Asuka, they don't let her ride. Just wait for a little bit.
Better shit. She just got her title.
Either that or either that. Keep Bianca Belair getting into it or something like that. I want to see them three go at it like a triple threat or something like that.
Yeah, cool question. Them jumping over Bianca and putting Charlotte in that place, does that lead towards a Bianca heel turn because her not getting her shot? If she gets postponed long enough, does that turn her? Because people have been whispering about a Bianca heel turn past couple of weeks.
I think for her to do a heel turn, it's gonna take a lot more than that.
Okay.
And
It's gonna take a whole lot more than that because
And it's gonna
she's
take-
literally as far as like business and logic, sales, the t-shirts, merchandise. It's gonna take
That's what
a
I was
way.
just
It's
about to
gonna take a
say.
whole
People
lot
love
more.
It's going to have to be a Brock Cody situation where Bianca's going to have to talk her shit in an interview and be like, a bitch going to have to take this from me, right? It's going to be Cena where a bitch going to, listen, somebody going to have to come and take this baby face from me
Yeah,
because these checks is cashing.
yeah.
No,
Like
people love, man.
she fought damage control by herself. Like it's really gonna take a whole lot more for her to do a whole heel turn.
Now, I can understand now, right? There's character development in
I like
Bianca.
that.
Yes.
We know.
Which is what I've been waiting for with Charlotte. Because
we know,
but we getting that with Bianca. Because
we
you
know
can't be
a
at the
lot
top
of
consistently.
And again, Bianca's had time without a title.
Yeah, she has.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
And she
she's been
stayed
able
at the
to-
top. And she stayed at the top of the conversation.
I think that
And-
Bianca's the best woman in the wrestling world in WWE. Even though Rhea's right now is her moment, don't get me wrong. I think Bianca has proven that
Yes,
even
ma'am.
without the title
Yes,
or
ma'am.
with the title, she's still that
But
chick.
even with Rhea is her moment again. Matches with Natalia ain't cutting it for me.
No,
You
sir.
feel me? Like
No, sir.
you can't say this my moment and the first thing we finna do is put you with Natty. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? So again, I'm not trying to disparage, but
No,
when we
I feel
talk
you.
about like it's not that many quarterbacks or football analogies that I can go with. But I compare MJF to Deshaun Watson because they're in his company or even in this division, in this conference. There's performers, characters, people that are better than he is, right? Even with all the potential and upside that he has. And with Rhea, I will go with
Rhea is Joe Burrow.
but this is my thing though. If she Joe Burrow, she already went to the championship, was in the Super Bowl. She got
Bianca is Mahomes.
Nah, Bianca's Josh Allen.
What?
So
She's
who
not.
Mahomes?
Hold on.
Charlotte?
Hold on. Bianca, what I'm trying to say is pure, unadulterated talent
Okay.
without the title right now, right? Character-wise, she is better than Burrow. The situation around Rhea with the championship, with Judgment Day, with Jamar Chase, just makes her, and she
you're
actually
right.
got to the
You're
chip.
You're
Which
right.
we
And
talk
Flair-
about
and Flair
Charlotte
is
over
Mahomes.
running her and stuff like
Flair
that.
No,
is Mahomes.
Flair is Brady.
Flair Brady.
And,
Yeah.
and
Flair
you know what I'm
Brady.
saying? Flair Tom
Yeah,
Brady,
yeah.
nigga. Full
Yeah.
Brady.
Yeah, she
Listen,
Brady like a
Flair,
motherfucker.
like, I'm going to go to the Super Bowl in New England. I'm going to go to the Super Bowl in the
Yeah,
next
Wait,
week.
out
I'm
New
going to
England.
go to the Super Bowl in Tampa. I'm going to go to the Super Bowl with Raw. I'm going to go to Tampa. I'm going to go to the Super Bowl with Las Vegas.
With
Nigga,
the-
you ain't going to
yeah.
Vegas?
Listen, I think of Bianca like Mahomes, and because I think that she's just, like I said to you, like
She
for
can do
months
anything.
now.
Yeah,
She's one of the
has
best
the ring.
wrestlers in the world,
Like
in
talent
any
wise,
company.
yeah. Talent
Talent-wise,
wise, yeah. I mean,
promo-wise.
talent wise, yeah. Bianca.
This is my thing. Sasha is Mahomes.
Oh,
This goes
okay.
back to where I would never put Charlotte over Sasha. Sasha is Mahomes. She can sidearm that bitch. She can flick it behind her back, nigga. She can run for 40 yards. She can do it all. 13 seconds. It don't matter. Like,
Hey, all right, you had to bring that up, bro. You had to bring that up, bro.
you know what I'm saying?
That was-
Like
you could've brought us some
Sasha is without a doubt the best in her field, in her gender.
Okay.
Right? I don't think there's a woman better than her, right? And even we
I
put
think
Charlotte
Bianca's
as
better,
Brady,
low key.
right?
I
We
hate-
see
So
Brady
wait.
as Brady.
So what
I
we
love
Mercedes.
Mercedes. Don't get me.
who
Don't
we
let me
compare,
like say bad things about my
Becky?
girl though.
Who
Like
we
Becky?
compare Becky to?
Becky, honestly, and this is
Russell
this for
Wilson?
me. For me, if we talking about quarterbacks, right? Becky, and this
Matt
might,
Stafford.
Nah.
Nah, she better than Matt. She better than Matt.
Becky's better than
She
Stafford.
better
They're
than
better
Matt.
than Matt.
This is where
What, like
I-
Lamar
Aaron
Jackson?
Rodgers?
Lamar Jackson?
No,
better than Lamar.
because-
She better than Lamar.
And this is why
Aaron Rodgers.
this is why I thought
Jalen Hurts. No, she's better than him. She's better than him.
No, but this is why I would say Jalen Hurts, right? I was gonna say Jalen Hurts because electricity wise, she can still give it to you, right?
Aaron
Jalen,
Rodgers, bro.
no, we already know Aaron Rodgers of the fucking women's division. Well, old, taking up time, still around, still pretty good.
Got
Trish
that great
Stratus.
arm.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. That's funny though. That's good.
No, but and even with Bianca, I'm sorry for being disparaging. Bianca can be Lamar Jackson, right? MVP,
That's true.
Great athlete.
great
Great
athlete.
athlete.
I mean, like, again, we talk about Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Like you talking about superior athletes, right? I can put her in, but I think she's already got to a pedestal that Josh has not. So I would say that, right? And the reason why I'm making these quarterback comparisons is because Rhea right now, again, with her being Joe Burrow, you play in a tough ass division. You play in a tough ass division. And you get by just because of how you look.
And her swagger too. Oh my god,
Bro, and you know what I mean? You get by of how you look. You're the prototypical. You can do it all. You speak well. You talk well. You can handle it well under pressure.
So that's
But
Burrow.
again, your competition directly is Bianca, right? And Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow is going to be that battle for the next 5 to 10 years. And I would say, to me, we've already seen that the situation has to be a certain way for Joe Burrow, which for Rhea, back to my point, her championship run, it has to be presented a certain way for me to care. Bianca can get that shit and take off.
She
ain't
good
got no
either
wide
way. She good
receiver.
all the same.
She ain't got no
She ain't got no
motherfucking
O line,
line. She ain't got
nigga.
nothing, my nigga. Like,
I'm
she
out
ain't
here.
got
I'm out here. Yeah.
But I'm gonna be the best thing you see.
Yep.
I'm gonna be the absolutely best thing you see. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
So
I mean, I like your comparisons. I do think that, you know, Mercedes being Mahomes, there's some like, I mean, I think as much as I love Mercedes, and she's incredible, don't get me wrong, I think Bianca is just taking it to another level. As for Rhea being Burrow, until she proves that she can do it without the championship, yeah, I like that comparison completely. But Bianca talks way better than Mercedes. I mean, I haven't seen Mercedes put on a promo as good as Bianca did a couple weeks, you know, and she's authentic in it. So
Listen,
that's a little bit of it's a little
Mahomes
difference.
talk? Have you heard Mahomes talk?
You know, I just want to, my team,
And he ain't got no bass in his
voice. Ball.
And he ain't got no bass in his voice. My man's like a little adolescent boy.
You know, I just want to.
And he still eats sandwiches on white bread. He ain't moved over the wheat. He ain't moved over the wheat bread yet. You know what I'm saying? Yo, come on, brother.
Okay.
You're supposed to be on a diet watching your figure.
He said, "Nigga, I'm making over $500 million. I do what the fuck I want."
Clearly, you ain't see what happened to Kane? Get off the white bread.
Yo, you know what's funny? Twin brought up the who we thought would win in the SmackDown match. We didn't even touch the women's Money in the Bank.
Yeah. You know we're about to get to that right now. I got Aaron Rodgers.
Now, Trish with the Money in the Bank. Bruh.
I don't know. That can wait. Who's in it again?
EO's in there.
It's EO or Aaron Rodgers in mine. I love Trish.
EO,
like
Trish
EO.
Stratus, Bailey, Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Zelina Vega.
Damn.
I either like EO or my girl from LWO. I keep forgetting her name.
LWO. Oh,
Zelina got no shot.
he got none whatsoever.
No, hold on.
Yeah,
Her and the
y'all-
ugly
what
bitch.
y'all-
Her and the other dude that's in the
What
Money
you're
in
not
the
gonna
Bank.
do? Listen. Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. Listen, what you're not gonna do is be disrespectful.
Y'all niggas say that Finn had 30% chance of winning against Seth Rollins. And then this nigga gonna throw a Hail Mary about
Nigga, that ain't been a Hail Mary. That's
bruh. That's Baker Mayfield, my nigga. Like, what do you mean?
like what?
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with
Oh,
it.
boy.
If you look at everybody else in there, I'm looking at the rest of them. I'm like, nigga, I don't want to see. I really don't care to see none of y'all with the Money in the Bank.
Nah, man,
I don't
Trish
care.
with it is gonna be ill. Thank you, Trish, man. Trish with that briefcase, she gonna talk her shit. She gonna cash in. She gonna win the championship and kill it. You know, I think that Trish has proven that it doesn't matter
I don't
what
know.
age you are, you can come back. And if you're fit and she takes care of herself, and you still got the charisma and you look good, you can be a main star. She's a star, bro.
Yeah, but
Still.
who is gonna be Trish and Rhea? Now, who's the baby face?
I don't know. I
Trish can
think it's gonna
cash
even
in
be.
on Charlotte. Trish can cash
I
in
think
on
it's gonna be
Bianca.
between
Trish can
Wait,
cash in
you
on
say
Asuka.
cashing on Charlotte? That means Charlotte being Oscar, nigga?
Listen, it could be
Nope.
Asuka.
Ah, gotcha.
We got him. We got him.
We got him.
We motherfucking got him.
That's it. I was talking about everybody on SmackDown. The
Yeah,
first one
going
came to
down.
mind was Charlotte.
You're going down.
Y'all terrible, bro.
Now you said you bought the beer
going down.
at 9 p.m., right? Okay, so when you got to the store
Show me the
and
tape.
you bought
Nigga,
the
wait
beer
20 minutes
at
to show your
10:42.
own self the tape.
That's not how I meant it. Context, man. God, I said
Nigga,
anybody on
got the I eat shit-
SmackDown.
nigga with the I eat shit face.
You was like, she can cash in on Charlotte. We like, Charlotte
I
not
said,
even-
but I said Asuka. I said Bianca. Anybody on SmackDown? Whoever has the championship. It could be later on in the year. I don't know. At some point, Charlotte's getting that title back. At some point in the next 2 years, right?
See,
next
you
year.
see what I mean? You see the swag in your voice right now?
But my thing is,
Lord.
my thing is though. But
Can't win.
this is my thing though. If you say capitalize on LA Knight, right?
Mhm.
And that means you capitalizing on Trish,
That's what I would
right?
do.
So now my thing is, who's the sacrificial lamb? Because you got to strike while the iron's hot.
Right.
Becky's
Right.
the sacrificial lamb.
Well, I'm about to say, well, wait.
And you ain't.
Well,
'cause you
Becky's
definitely
spending
ain't-
like what 5 or 6 Money in the Banks, and she ain't win none yet.
Who?
She could be a sentimental favorite.
Who?
That's what. Oh, Becky.
Becky,
Oh
'cause
yeah.
she's been in like 5. This might be like her 5th or 6th. She's been in literally all of them, and she
That's
hasn't
the
won.
only thing
Not
she hasn't
once.
won. She's won Royal Rumble. She's won
So
both
she could be a
SmackDown,
sentimental
Raw.
favorite just like that.
Damn.
And
He's
she
right.
could easily be. She could easily go to either. She could go to Asuka and definitely go to Rhea every time they go in the locker room. Like last week, they had a little locker room.
Yeah,
Her-
they already got
Rhea
fire.
has competitors lined up, whether it's
They already got
Raquel,
smoked.
Becky. Like she got some people staring her down.
Yeah, like I think she could be a sentimental favorite. Io, I would love Io and
I love
Asuka.
Io, but I
Oh
just
my
don't see it
God,
happening
that would be
right now. I can't.
Which goes back to why I feel that the Money in the Bank winner has to be a SmackDown competitor. Because we are already seeing the lineup of Raw and is very well positioned for them to have challengers without the briefcase being possible or being a factor, right? I'm looking at, and this is, I pulled up the roster here for SmackDown. The only main event guy, right? We got Bobby Lashley, we got Edge, we got. Do you consider Karrion Kross as a main event guy?
Not yet. No.
Not yet.
Nah,
AJ,
not yet.
AJ Styles
Not
and
yet.
Sheamus, maybe. That's it.
AJ Styles and exactly. So
Yep.
that right there, that's a regurgitation of
Yep.
Roman running through some people.
He said, so
Right.
now I got to run a second lap. Right. Exactly.
Right. So I think looking at the roster of Shinsuke or LA Knight going after, I think Shinsuke going after Roman might be their safest bet because I don't think there would have been an avenue for Shinsuke or for one. I don't think there would have been an avenue for a SmackDown competitor to get themselves into the bloodline to get to Roman.
Right.
Because
Not
that
without the Money in the
storyline
Bank.
is so impregnable if you haven't already been consumed with it.
Yeah.
Meaning Sammy, KO, right? And I think Bobby ain't getting no briefcase. He don't need no briefcase. He'll
He don't
kick
need it.
down the door when he
Yeah.
wants to. But I do believe that you gotta hold off with Bobby and Roman if that's going to be it, right? If Shinsuke wins the Money in the Bank briefcase and cashes in on Roman, if Roman hasn't met the days that he needs to beat the record, then Shinsuke is a casualty as well.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Right? And therefore, am I okay with Shinsuke winning the briefcase and losing when everybody else on the match can win the briefcase and lose, right? So I would say Shinsuke is my best bet with that. Going back on the women's side, I think against Rhea, right? We see that the competition for the title is lining up. I think Io with the briefcase leapfrogs Bianca and Charlotte for Io and Asuka.
I would love that.
I think that is going to
be fire. And that would be fire.
Yeah,
and that
they've
for
been
me,
talking Japanese
and that for me
months.
comes that's the best. The purpose of Money in the Bank is to project somebody who wasn't even necessarily in the conversation, but we like, but give them that booster. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because it's going to take a while for Io to get there, right? Io's going to have to break out of Damage Control. We're going to get Io versus Bailey. You know what I'm saying? But Io having that briefcase, and now again, like Twins say, we got a triple threat with Bianca, Asuka, and Charlotte.
Yeah.
Io enters that, and that's a 4-way.
It's crazy.
Oh, nigga.
I got it.
Listen, I know.
Right, she gonna run in there and try and cash in, and one of them gonna wake up like, oh nope, all right, now it's a 4-way. Oh, exactly. Nigga.
I want, because Io's one of my favorite wrestlers in the world. Her, Bianca, are my two favorite women's wrestlers in WWE. I think Io can get the title without the briefcase. I think she can get the title without the briefcase. I believe it or not, she just finished the match with Bianca at Backlash. What's so damn funny? What's so damn funny? Listen, so I got LA Knight, I got Aaron Rodgers, Trish Stratus, aka Trish Stratus, when is going to be the oldest Money in Briefcase winners in history, and I think that's going to be dope. I think it's
sponsored by AARP. This Money in the Bank is absolutely sponsored by Icy Hot, nigga.
Tingle Man first with Shaq. Icy Hot, ice in the veins.
So yeah, I think that's the card.
Yeah,
that's the card.
That's it.
Yeah, so we all got Gunther.
Yeah,
I don't even think we picked anyone for that one.
It don't matter.
Nah, Gunther.
Gunther a lot. Yeah, Gunther a lot.
Gunther, yeah.
Yo, when my wife bought this title, she had no idea it was gonna be the most prestigious thing that is held with the sacred of the mat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This nigga Gunther, I think Gunther's going. But listen, if Gunther loses to Riddle, Gunther shoots the top of the list to fucking Seth.
Gunther. No, I mean Riddle. He still got that injury, so he's not gonna be 100%.
That's true.
He got that bum ass ankle. When you want to walk around here.
Gunther's reign continues, man. He's now surpassed the longest reigning.
He's surpassed Hunky Talk Man, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
he's definitely like the longest modern day.
Yeah. And yeah, so yeah, Gunther for that. Yo, Rich, who are your two Money in the Bank picks? Shinsuke.
No, he switched
up.
I
switched to Damon. Yeah, even though I would like Shinsuke.
Okay.
And then for the women's, I like Io.
Yeah. All right. And then Ray, you got Becky and Damian.
I got Damian. And for the women's, it's a tie. It's between
this nigga.
It's between Becky and It's between Becky and Io.
Only one of them can win.
All right, Becky.
This nigga said, I got Lex Luger and Bret Hart.
All right. All right. And we got Roman on this side of the screen. Y'all
Yeah.
got the Usos. Those are the three matches that I really wanted to know that I think
Yeah.
are the most like anticipated this show. And obviously we got Finn and Seth, which probably going to be a banger.
I'm not gonna hold you. I gotta for this. Before I get out of here, this is gonna set CT off.
Uh-oh.
Dominic is a better heel than MJF right now.
Woo!
Wait, repeat that.
Ain't no way around. I'm on you. I'm on your side, Chris.
Dominic is a
Literally and figuratively. Down the line, I'm on your side.
Wait,
I'm on your
repeat
side.
that.
Dominic
say it
is a
again.
better heel than MJF right now.
Say it one more time.
Yeah, I got Dominic. Dominic is an international.
Yeah, everybody hate that nigga. Like, yo, everybody hate that.
I can't wait to see
Every
London,
dad in America and in the world hates that nigga. Like,
what London's about to do to this nigga. They about to throw beans and French fries at
yo,
this nigga.
every dad hates him.
I'm not going to hold you. Who called this though? I did. I called this. I said Dominic, once he debuted, I was like, Dominic is going to be one of the biggest heels. And we got those receipts because I said it multiple times.
You did.
I said. So
You
at the
did.
end of the day, I'm going to let you have that one.
That
'cause
nigga.
I predicted it first. So
Listen,
it's really me
I'm
being
gonna,
right.
I'm gonna let you have it because I'm right too.
Right. Because you still on Charlotte dick, nigga. Like that's on tape.
It's okay. It's Jedi mind tricks over here.
Gotcha.
You want a reverse card up in this bitch.
No, I mean we just got into a real conversation about MJ. I think MJF was getting stale and a tad boring and repetitive. And and like he said, you can't be in charge of your storyline. And I'm like, when you're champion, you kind of do, especially when you go in there and call your boss a fucking bitch and walk out
and then walk off
and then get the championship. And then, you kind of have jurisdiction on how the story gets.
When you the champion, you got that mic, nigga. They are literally at your mercy, even though they are quote unquote your boss, nigga. They are.
All right.
What did he say?
I mean, you can feel that way. Honestly, I know that within a couple of months, he'll be back on the MJS train, just like everybody else will be, because he's a guy who I look at projectingly wise is going to be one of the best heels for a year.
This would be my thing, though. Why would I be on the train if there is this is what I'm trying to say, right? And I know we used the Aaron Rodgers comparison just last week. CM Punk is Aaron Rodgers on AEW. And if they are going to go all in on that train, then MJF gets knocked down a peg, right? And I believe that if there's going to be a battle between CM Punk and MJF, I think clearly we know that CM Punk's going to win that battle. Now Punk's champion, right? How does MJF maintain his relevancy as Punk is now the sole champion and he has his own set of challengers and his own storyline? And he got, after we already said, CM Punk and Kenny Omega is the thing. How does MJF maintain his status when that's going to be the best and biggest thing in wrestling outside of the bloodline?
He leaves AEW come 2024 and goes to WWE. That's how he does it. I think he's done what he has to do there. Honestly, at this point, he can leave now, but obviously he has a contract.
Now, thank you. Okay, I'll let you finish. I'll come back. I'll even mute myself.
Listen, I'm pretty much, that's not much to say. Like, he could literally leave right now. Just like Cody, he's going to be a bigger deal when he comes to WWE. And when he does, people are going to see that he is the best heel in wrestling. I'm telling you that right now. You'll see when he gets to WWE. If he decides to make that jump, it's the smartest thing he ever did. If he doesn't, he's dumb. And he's gonna squander himself in AEW for another 2-3 years on another contract and be not as good as he would have been. Put it that way.
This is where I wanted to go. Bro, he's a big fish in that small pond over there. When he comes over here, bro, you gotta out. Okay, MJF and Miz. Who you got?
MJF and
Okay,
LA Knight.
Hold on, MJF and Seth
MJF.
Rollins. MJF and Seth Rollins. Who you got?
MJF and Seth Rollins. That's gonna be a good battle. Honestly, I gotta say Seth right now. He's just a little bit more mature, a little bit more seasoned. I do think as a heel though, MJF is the perfect foil to Seth Rollins. They would have a great feud.
MJF and Cody.
I mean, I think that's another great angle. But we're talking about heels. So my point was that he's the best heel.
Right, heel.
MJF, Miz, he's a better heel. MJF, LA Knight, MJF's gonna be a better heel. MJF, okay, Roman might be the only person that he's not better than. But in my opinion, anybody else on that roster, he's surpassing them. Baron Corbin, Bronson Reed, whoever,
Edge,
Judgment Day, everybody.
So he comes in and that's very much what I wanted to get to, because in AEW, he's not that. Now that Punk is back, he ain't the best asshole there.
I'm going to be honest with you. AEW makes a lot of mistakes, and I've come to accept it now. They have look at Jungle Boy. That nigga's trash. That nigga's ass. Like they made him even worse.
I told you that.
How could you make it even worse?
For that. I got receipts for that.
But like I'm saying that Jungle Boy could have been one of your biggest baby faces. You kept him on a good and right track, and eventually won a championship. He hasn't won one championship his entire time there, but now you turn him a heel. It completely ruins his value as a character. But that's neither here nor there. With MJF, they had this all brawl out thing took so much steam away from his championship run. The brawl out between CM Punk, the Elite, it took a lot of attention away from MJF. And MJF beat CM Punk, and then he was supposed to become champion, and then he lost some. You know, it got muddled. So when he finally won the championship, it was like we still are consumed with all this all-out stuff, where we rather than people being more concerned with, okay, where do we go with the championship belt and what's the main angle here? Honestly, I'm still waiting for Kenny Omega, MJF. I'm still waiting for Adam Cole, MJF, when it finally happens again, which happened a couple weeks ago. One of the best matches I've seen on TV in a long time. Like I said, I say he's one of the best heels because he's consistent in his character choices. He don't know. He knows exactly who he is on that mic. He knows exactly who he is in that ring and how he performs on it. He impresses me every single time in that ring. Dominic is not a better wrestler than MJF. So even if you put the whole package together, MJF is head and shoulders above him in my mind.
I can't dispute the fact that he is top tier as far as heels in general. But one thing that I do agree with that Chris said was what we see right now with AEW doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate, especially right off top, coming to the big pond where you do have not just the established roster, but you got established heels that are just as prevalent without even the need for as much mic time. You know what I'm saying? And they get busy in the ring. So, but again, that's not taking nothing away from NGF, because again, I agree. From what I've seen, he is definitely talented, and his mic skills is
and
top
again,
notch.
This ain't the old days where he got to go and take a beating from Benoit and Bradshaw and get his shit chopped off, and you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, I mean, yes, he's. Give me a moment.
Yeah, man. MJF showed up with Hardcore Holly, he would have killed that nigga. Honestly, for real. But honestly, like, yeah, when I think MJF is in the same spot as Cody, he's more of a sports entertainer than a backyard wrestler type, grungy indie wrestler. He's surpassed that. So once he gets his contract done at 2024, go to WWE and become a main eventer there, and go to WrestleMania. MJF in Philly, even if it's for like the Intercontinental Championship, it's gonna be incredible. It's gonna be way bigger than him being AEW champion right now.
It will.
Yeah.
It will. Because nothing matches to that WWE
presentation, man.
MJF,
WrestleMania, Philly, Intercontinental Championship on the line against Sami Zayn or something like that. It's gonna go crazy. Like, that would be, if we can get there by from now, or it'll be crazy. But he has to leave AEW.
I think for me, my thing with, like I say, for MJF, his character, like you can say, he has grown, but this is the MJF that I've known from MLW, right? So when we talk about grown, no, I just said he just had to be shown, right? Now that he's been shown, he's been seen. Now I'm looking for the progression past
You're
what
looking
I've
for more
already
growth.
saw.
And that's
Right.
and that's what's going to be necessary with the veterans at WWE. He's going to need that
Or
polishing.
even with this, even the path that he's carving right now, right? Again, I was in tune, and me and Chidi talked about it. Me and Chidi talked about it. Is recency bias, right? Is what have you done for me lately? It's just like in sports. I'm not going to take away his longevity. He had great stories with Jericho, with Cody, with CM Punk, with Wardlow. I would say that he had great storytelling with them. It's just the last 2 to 3 feuds. This Adam Cole one, this Pillars one, and Brian Danielson, right? Where I just didn't, and this goes back to what you were saying about championships. When Punk won the title, the trajectory was Punk MJF for the title. Do we know that? Right? Because again, MJF only got the title because he got it off of Moxley.
Moxley, yeah.
Right?
But when he won it off of Moxley, it was the same. Well, it was after. I do think Punk and CM Punk, Punk and MJF was going to be a title match. I think Moxley winning the championship after CM Punk blew the fuck up on that media press run, I think that was the rebound from it. And they had to ignore the whole Punk thing and move on to MJF and Moxley. But
so you think MJF was already
yeah, I think MJF was going to be CM Punk. But let's be real, though. Let's be completely honest here. AEW has an infatuation with CM Punk and the Elite. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter who it is on the roster. They're infatuated with these kids. Look at the Blackpool Comic Club versus the Elite right now. Wow, who's suffering from that? The House of Black. House of Black is your AEW Trios Championship, barely on TV, barely showcased as champions. But we have this interfaction war going on with no title. About to be blood and guts. Well, you guys have a Trios Championship, which is a faction just sitting around. Like they don't find a way how to integrate other people into that group of like the Elite and the people that they call their favorites, like CM Punk and the Blackpool Combat Club. Those three entities, CM Punk is his own thing, the Blackpool Combat Club, the Elite, are pretty much takes the steam out of the show. So MJF is going to be uphill climb, period. I think on that show, period, because they are infatuated with the Elite. They get so much time, it's ridiculous. So yeah, he needs to leave, bro. I think that whoever is in AEW right now trying to become a main eventer that is not maybe part of the group, the clique, like Adam Cole could be a champion. I see, like certain people I don't see it happening for. I don't see Malachi Black becoming a champion.
How do you make that argument though when MJF politicked himself into being the champion?
MJF politicked himself into being the champion. That's all him. But once, like as far as his storyline,
he was good though, right? He had good storyline.
Yeah.
The Cody storyline was good. The Jericho storyline was good. The Wardlow storyline was good. The CM Punk storyline was good. He was good on the mic. He politicked himself because he knew it was a bidding war. He did, so you can't say that he's running out of. He out politicked himself with Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega went to be a trios champion to have MJF as the top guy. You see what I'm saying? So like that's tough to say. I think MJF is being lazy right now.
You think he's being get at it? Nah, I can't say lazy. I think he takes a lot of thought into his character. I think he takes a lot of thought into what he does in the ring. I think it's what like every little detail he puts a thought into. Even the elbow pad he wore. That said Vince is right played into the promo he did a week ago about Vince, letting Adam Cole go. I think he's perfect for WWE though. That's the thing. I think that under AEW, if he stays, even as champion, if he stays, he's never going to. That's what I'm trying to say. Like he's never going to be allotted for like the Elite. I don't see it.
Okay. MJF got his claim to fame for having a loose tongue because it was not under WWE's umbrella. How is he going to be captivating with less freedom and less work rate things that he is able to tap into? How
I
is
mean,
he?
MJF's style is not crazy. Like he can still do
I
everything.
didn't say it was crazy. I just
No,
said
I'm saying you're saying less work rate or something like that.
No,
Listen,
no,
he can
well,
still do the same exact matches he's done in AEW and WWE, and he can still talk the same. Like he told the line. You can't say everything he said, but he told the line. Like I said before, like a year ago, I was like MJF knows how to play the social media game very well and blur the line a little bit and go close to the edge and not cross it. And if he does cross it, some way he does get away with it sometimes. But I do feel like in WWE he'll be able to do the same thing.
He gets away with it because pundits like us say, "Oh, he gets away with it." He told the line this year, right? Again, he threw alcohol on a black child during that said match, right? That is not something that is overlooked, especially.
Yeah, you can't do that in WWE.
community,
And I'm
right?
sure that even in AEW, you shouldn't have done that. We talked about that. Like,
Right,
everybody blew up about that.
But again, in social media, uh, uh, comparing the Holocaust to slavery, right? Those are things that will have to be atoned for under a publicly traded company as WWE is, not the way that AEW is, right? I'm not saying that in a disparaging way that AEW is a renegade company, but AEW doesn't have to. They don't have to like answer to anybody else but the distributor, right? And even with that, if Tony Khan really wanted to fucking spend some money on his endeavor, he can go out and get another distribution deal and pay more for the like. It can happen, but I would say this: MJF's towing the line situation, or MJF being able to be a great heel in where he's at, I don't think is as easily transferable when we're talking about I used to work for this company and now I work for this company. I do think that our work and again, when I say work rate, I'm not talking about that he has a crazy style. But again, as you say, he's a person, if you say he's a person that thinks of his character in every detail of the manner, again, when he comes to this workplace, your thought process matters not, right? Right, he's not. Don't think MJF's gonna come in with the Cody. I get my own trailer bus, and a Pharaoh, the dog, gets to come, and I get the pyro. MJF ain't coming in like that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so he's going again to
which means he might just re-sign with AEW. I mean, that's a possibility, you know. So I'm not, you know, I hear you, but I think it would be smart if he left. You know, I think that's how he raises his stature in the wrestling game, because I think that it's sink or swim when he gets there every week. And everything I've seen so far with MJF, he's gonna swim. No, he's gonna be ahead and shoulders above.
Sink or swim with him being the leader of an independent company right now, though.
He swum like he's champion. He's clearly swimming.
But if AEW is going to be longevity, is MJF going to be a cornerstone in that or no?
I mean, he's done already. He's done what he had to do. He's like, I mean, he can.
Like Kawhi Leonard? What are you talking about? he just win one championship. He good at Toronto? No, he ain't good enough.
All right, maybe. So if he signs back to AEW, we'll see. I think we're in a different way. We're in a different age, man. Contracts, you know, and everything. If you want to change teams because you know.
But again, my thing is, this is my thing, right? If Sasha does her thing in NXT and doesn't go to the main roster, right? Does Sasha have the same cachet going to Stardom in New Japan and everything like that? And I'm not saying that MJF has to spend a decade at AEW, but again, they are only not even 5 years there. He has to be, again, when we're talking about him making that jump, and when AJ Styles premiered at the Rumble, let's be honest, it was really a big deal because it was in Orlando. If it was anywhere else, nigga, I think we might have needed a video package for that motherfucker. And that's
what do you mean? Oh, really? Nah. I think
Who
AJ
did you say
Styles.
again? Oh, AJ Styles. Okay.
When AJ premiered in the Rumble, I don't think he was world renowned where the
Yes, he was.
16, 17,000
That
people.
was New York. If that was Pittsburgh, if that was Philly, they would have popped. Now, granted, it's someplace in the Midwest, maybe not, but yeah, wrestling fans knew who the fuck AJ Styles were.
Okay,
And
so
if
you
you're
so right now, MJF, if he goes and debuts at the Rumble, dun-dun-dun, the
Where's
crowd
Rumble?
goes crazy, right? Dun-dun-dun,
Depends
dun-dun-dun.
where the Rumble is. Where's the Rumble?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay,
Nah,
okay. If the Rumble's in one of those cities I just mentioned, they're going nuts. And I'm not saying that he should.
that's
I'm
true.
saying that
That's true.
I'm saying that he should go through NXT. I believe that. I think it's like you got to go through NXT. But if he were to debut at the Royal Rumble, it would be fucking crazy.
But even if he doesn't go to NXT, I do believe that he has to do like sports contracts, right? I think he has to do his second deal, right, with AEW. He has to go through another cycle, right, where you say he won a championship, he swam, yes. But again, we still got to see him against Punk for a title, right? Maybe that adds a little bit more to a feud that they had that was already good. We got to see him with Kenny Omega, him, Hangman Page. You know what I'm saying? Like there are still some things that he can
there's
do.
some stuff that can
Has
complete
to check
the
off.
he can complete the resume if he does right. Yeah,
Correct.
You're right.
And then that will set the table for him when he goes to
Cachet.
WWE.
The cachet.
And we
Like you
like,
said,
yo,
the cachet,
that nigga,
absolutely.
he went through the Tanahashi, Danielson, Omega,
Yeah.
Punk, Moxley, like he went through the ringer, right?
Because that will leave a stain on your record, right? If you know to be at this agency, but then it's always that what if, like, damn man, you ain't even fight Omega.
I
Damn,
disagree
man, you ain't
though
even fight
because
this nigga.
we don't think about Cody. We don't think like, oh, yo, we didn't get Cody versus Omega. We don't think that about that his run. We just say, oh, Cody went, and he's now bigger than he's ever been. He's not even champion
It's,
WWE.
for me,
Doesn't won a title yet.
It's slightly different with Cody because he's actually a product of the WWF.
Okay,
So
I
for
can see
me,
that.
it's a different dynamic because
He came back home. He went out of town.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Cleaned
got
himself up a
rejected.
little bit.
You got rejected after 5 different characters. You know what I'm saying? And then created another. You created a
Got
pond.
over outside, came back.
And came back home where you was outcast of that. So for him, it's slightly different
The only
dynamics.
difference, only thing I would say is to that, and I hear you, which is a great point. MGF is on national TV, and that's a big deal. You know, it's not like he's coming from some indie. You know, it's not like he's coming from Impact, even who's like not syndicated really.
That's true.
You know, like he's people know who this guy is. So I think that he has enough name value that people can be like, even if you come into WWE, give him a little contract. NXT might not even be enough. They might be like, listen, you got a bigger contract than a usual NXT wrestler, but you're going down there for like 2 months, 3 months, work an angle, come back up, debut Royal Rumble or something, or debut.
What happened?
Oh, first thing, I just looked it up. Royal Rumble, they're trying to have it in Florida, but they trying to do it in Orlando.
Oh.
They trying to break the funds together to do it in Orlando. I just looked it up because they ain't had the date set yet, but they're trying to have it in Florida. But they're trying to get down in some. I forgot the name of the location, but somewhere in Orlando.
Probably
the
Amtrak.
Kyrie Irving just signed a 3-year, $126 million deal with Dallas. Sweet Jesus!
I knew.
So he's saying, I figured he was going to say that's dope.
3 years, 126. I'm trying to think.
You do the math. Yep, do the math. Count it up.
I think that's 90, 30,
yes.
30, yeah.
Yep.
Shit. Oh, these things got money.
That's nice for him, man. Good for him. And I'm glad he stayed in Dallas. I would like to see them try and figure that out with him and Luka. That's nice.
What's up,
42 a year? 126? Nice. 126 you said, Twin?
Yeah. 3-year, 126.
Yeah, 42 a year.
That's nice.
That's nice. I thought he would have got over 50. That ain't bad.
And Dallas, nigga, that's untaxed. So go ahead.
Yeah. 41 of your games is tax is non-state tax income.
Ain't bad.
Yeah, Twin, you're right. I'm reading it right now. As it stands, nothing's currently set in stone outside of the heads of WWE creative in regards to the huge event. but a recent report from Bleacher Report has stated that Orlando, Florida is bidding to host the 37th annual Royal Rumble event at the Camping World Stadium,
Yeah,
February 27th.
yeah.
What I'm trying to tell you, I ain't missing it.
Nigga,
You can't.
Yeah, you can't. I was about to
I'm
say you
flying
can't. That's
down.
your
Shit.
backyard.
They in
That's your
I'm
Orlando.
flying down.
Y'all better get them tickets expeditiously.
Yeah, you and Dad's working that right
You better sit next time with Westside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
straight up.
Yo, that's gonna be crazy.
Man.
That's gonna be crazy.
That
Yeah,
weekend
tell Wes he gotta find a way to make sure he get an entrance in the Rumble.
Yeah,
That-
Tell her, hey,
that
Triple H, throw my name in the hat. Throw my name in the hat, Triple H. Come on, baby.
that'd be
Orlando. Yeah, I think we gotta make something happen. We gotta make something shake.
that would be dope. You know they're gonna do something with NXT that weekend. They're gonna be in Orlando.
Yeah, we gotta.
That's gonna be a fire weekend.
We gotta make that happen. That gotta be fire. Yeah, that gotta happen. I gotta